Hello everybody. In this video, I'm extending upon my topic 4 C-suite presentation. The first part will be to showcase relevant information from that executive presentation. The second part will be to define and differentiate the difference between a threat and a vulnerability. And finally, I'll run through two different attacks that each threat actor may attempt against our hospital from least to most serious. In my C-suite presentation, I discussed how and why our hospital is such a major target for cyber attacks. We maintain a database of extremely valuable patient records, critical cancer research data, and we operate critical systems that cannot have downtime. Attackers know this, and that's what makes us a prime target. I also listed several different threat actors that may target us, including script kiddies, hacktivists, cyber terrorists, industrial espionage groups, insider threats, cyber criminals, and advanced persistent threats. Now, I'm going to take those same groups and run through what they might actually do during a real attack. But before I get into the attacks, here is the difference between a threat and vulnerability. A threat is the person or group attempting to do the harm, whereas a vulnerability is a flaw that the threat can exploit. In other words, the threat is the attacker and the vulnerability is the unlocked door. Weak passwords, out-of-date software, or unsecure devices are examples of vulnerabilities that make it easier for someone to break in. Let's start off with the least serious threat actors, which are script kiddies. These are amateur attackers who use basic tools that they download from the internet. Script kiddies might actually attempt password spraying, which is brute force simple passwords over and over again, and attempt to break into a staff account. They might also run simple scans against our website or devices to see if there's anything out of date or easy to exploit. The next threat actors are hacktivists. These attackers are ideologically motivated, which means they are often after a political or social objective. Hacktivists may deface our website with some message or propaganda that they want the public to see. Hacktivists might also leak harmless internal information, such as phone directories or meeting schedules, just to embarrass the hospital. The next threat actors are cyber terrorists. These attackers want to create the most fear and disruption possible. Cyber terrorists might stage a DDoS attack against our ER check-in system or patient portal, making it impossible for patients to use. They might target our phone or paging system, slowing down communications between doctors and nurses. The next type of threat actor is industrial espionage. These attackers want our intellectual property, particularly our cancer research data. Industrial espionage groups might break into our research servers to steal clinical trial results. They could also compromise one of the researchers' email and steal final files, drafts, and proposals. Next, we have insider threats. These are people who already work inside the hospital or medical network. An insider might accidentally forward patient records to the wrong email address. A malicious insider in might steal billing data or research data, if all that matters, to sell or leak the data onto the dark web. The next threat actors are cyber criminals. These attackers are the most common ones that we face. Cyber criminals might send out phishing emails to attempt to trick staff into providing login credentials. Cyber criminals might also deploy ransomware against our HR system, imaging servers, and scheduling systems, locking all of these up and demanding a large payment to unlock the systems. The most serious threat actors of all are called APTs, or Advanced Persistent Threats. APTs are usually nation state groups which are extremely well funded and have a lot of time and skill. APTs might slowly infiltrate our networks and go unnoticed for months to steal valuable cancer research data. APTs might also tamper with firmware on medical devices, which can be both extremely dangerous and nearly impossible to detect. Being aware of what each of these threat actors are capable of doing is a huge part of how we can better protect our hospital, our patients and our research. Cybersecurity is a group of effort and being aware of these threats and is one of the best ways that we can protect ourselves is by knowing about them. Thank you for watching.